4.5 years ago, Syrian police fired the first bullet to suppress a civil uprising. It soon evolved into an international conflict. The war in Syria has already killed at least 250,000 people, and now it appears to have taken a turn for the worse. On September 30th, Russia sent its jets into Syria and began bombing opposition-held territories. It followed those airstrikes by firing cruise missiles 1,500 kilometers away from the Caspian Sea. Moscow said its campaign would only target ISIS militants, but so far it's also hit opposition fighters, including those backed by the US, not to mention dozens of civilians. With support from Russia's military, Bashar al-Assad's government forces then began a push to regain ground against what it calls terrorist groups, particularly in the west of the country. As that was happening, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov admitted that Moscow's airstrikes had also hit non-ISIS targets. But he denied reports that US-backed groups affiliated to the Free Syrian Army were among those, even though reports suggest otherwise. It now seems likely that Assad's forces will continue their offensive against the Free Syrian Army in Hama and Homs to try to regain lost territory with Russian support. That would further increase tensions between West and Russia. They already began to rise when Russian fighter jets violated the airspace of NATO member Turkey. Turkey condemned the intrusion, and NATO's chief Jens Stoltenberg said that the alliance is prepared to defend Turkey from any future violations and even send troops to defend NATO's southern border. With tensions between the West and Russia at their highest since the Cold War, Moscow's overall strategy remains unclear. But critics say it is clear that Russia aims to eliminate threats to the Syrian army by leaving no opposition to Assad. And Russian strikes against US-backed opposition groups may allow Assad to remain in power in the short term. The US Secretary of State John Kerry recently said that Washington can accept a period of political transition that includes Assad. Russia may now try to persuade the US to accept a new political process in Syria. If that happens, the US would have to deal with Russia to settle the Syrian conflict, and the agreement could very much be in Russia's terms.